day one of the Giang loop, and we really only have one goal today, and that goal is to avoid the cops.
Just in case you didn't hear that right, yes, I said avoid the cops. There's actually two goals today. First and foremost is to avoid the cops, but the second sub-goal, as you will, is no matter what, do not get caught at the first checkpoint. Why, you may ask, am I trying to avoid the cops in Vietnam? Through my own ignorance, I didn't get an international driver's license back home before we left on our one-year journey through Asia. And because I didn't get this sacred document, I'm illegally riding a motorbike for the next 6 days in northern Vietnam. Now, I could have paid the motorbike rental place a fee to smuggle us, our belongings, and the motorbike in a van across the first checkpoint to 100% assure we wouldn't get caught, but I was being cheap that day and ultimately decided no. Getting caught by the police is supposed to be a 1.5 million dong fine and a slap on the wrist. But getting caught by the police at the first checkpoint leading out of Ha Giang City is a fine and a motorbike impound for 2 weeks, with not only no refund for the bike, but also the fees for the impound as well. So with the local information telling us that all police start around 8 a.m., we set out the city at 7, wondering if I made the right call of being cheap.
We're here in the outskirts of town. We're not sure exactly where the checkpoints are. And I have a feeling that we passed the first one because of all the information that we got from the locals was that it's just right outside the main city. So we're a good ways away from that. So I think we're good. I don't think we're going to get our bike impounded, but we'll see if we get caught at the next upcoming checkpoint as we navigate.
At this point in time, it is clear that we officially succeeded in our sub-goal. Optimistic that our main goal will also be achieved.
Goob with a helmet. All right, we had to take a quick stop here because it's just on this road. There's like a small, shallow river here on the left that has all these different types of colors. It almost looks like a rainbow's going through it. You can't quite see it on camera. And then these limestone cliffs that the smoke and sun are starting to hit. It's just looking super beautiful. So decided to stop here and take just a couple of pictures before we keep on moving. We got 80-ish kilometers left in our journey for our first stop of the night. How's it been so far?
Nice.
Well, that was the tippity top of the first little major switchback section, but we didn't stop because there's no views yet. It's all burnt out, hazy. I think it's fog mixed with smog. I'm not sure. How's your easy rider?
A little bit
aggressive?
what's that called?
What?
Heavy-footed.
Quick little stop on the side of the road here. We're gonna head to that town and see if we can find a nice cup of coffee for Alejandra and then continue on our journey.
Most of the day so far had been hazy with low visibility, but we tried to soak in whatever views we could before we headed off to lunch.
It's lunchtime. Alejandra got exactly what she ordered.
Chicken fried rice.
Chicken fried rice.
Beef and white rice.
The beautiful ride continues, with the only stress so far is dealing with semi-truck passes.
Hey guys, we officially started our first big climb. I had to put it in first and here a couple times, riding in second. So far, not too bad. I had a couple big turns coming up. But the thing that still, it's those dang semi-trucks. Lose momentum behind them or they come flying down the hill. So far, that's the only real big concern I have. Alright, we did it. Dhamma slope. That's alright, we're trying our best here. Dhamma slope is right there. It's got some windy curves. It's photographed really well because you can see all the turns that we just did. But Alejandra was saying we thought we were gonna, just because of the pictures, we thought we were gonna be a little bit more higher up. But
After the pass, our journey continued climbing higher and higher until we reached our second official stop, the Don Von Geo Park.
Okay, we made it past another mountain pass. We passed Song Village and then kept on going. And the terrain has completely changed. It's a very rocky formation, and I think this is like a place for indigenous groups where they live. I'm trying to read the sign right now, so I'll let you know in a second. Okay, we got some signage here. It's called the Moon Surface. And as you can tell, you can see where it gets its name from. This right here, all this rocky formation, I figured out what it was. I read the sign. They call it the Moon Surface. And it has to do with altitude and the rainfall and all that stuff to make these formations. But this is actually Don Von Geo Park, UNESCO Geo Park. Pretty special landmark, one that I definitely wanted to see. I noticed it riding in. I was like, oh man, the landscape has completely changed. It looks really, really cool. I want to pull over and check it out. And then I found this little area to pull over, and sure enough, this is like the viewpoint for it. So I got pretty lucky. It wasn't on our Google Maps. I'm glad we just ran right into it. But yeah, super cool. I love all the rock formations. We're finally seeing a little bit of blue skies. You're at Don Von UNESCO Geo Park. It's special. What just happened?
The bike that you are driving, no, you didn't put the stand on properly.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, the clutch.
Yep, right there. There's a giant scratch on day one. Bummer. Well, I can get a Sharpie and maybe cover it up so I don't charge anything. Yeah, I think it's because it's a little windy here, and honestly, since the back's a little heavy from our stuff, this stand that this bike has just doesn't really cut it. And we set it here, parked it to look at this place, and I walked away for a second. All of a sudden, this thing just came crashing down, and man, first time in 3 months have I dropped my bike. Our next stop, super close from our last stop at the UNESCO Geo Park, is Monks King's Palace. A small fee to get in, 30,000 dong per person. And yeah, we're gonna check it out, explore it a little bit. It's pretty cool looking already. Pretty easy to get to. The road's nice and paved. Nice big road. Wow. Anyways, let's check it out. All right, back on the scooter we go. It was a good stop to stretch your legs. There's probably not a lot to see though, right?
No, it's
Just a couple, like a beautiful like Chinese, Asian architecture, and then a couple of artifacts of the king. And then you just kind of wander around the palace a little bit on your own and soak in just the kind of the quietness of it as the breeze goes through all the halls. And now it's time to hop back on this thing and continue our journey.
After riding an entire day, we finally arrived at Don Von, the end of day one. And as we started to descend down the mountain into the valley, we reflected, thanking our lucky stars we didn't get caught by the...
Oh no, I don't have it. Just that.